Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV Online, where last time we were helping those at Modona get ready to come back to Doma. Which I don't know at this point if they've made it back or not, or if they're currently on their way. I have no clue at the moment, but we'll continue along with this quest line for a little bit longer, just to see. And then we will begin the meeting with the Imperial forces that have recently arrived. Mitsuba? Hello? Well, you're Shanta better, aren't you? In need of a hot meal? Not necessarily. Actually, he's here at my behest. I thought it would be best if a potential patron saw our efforts firsthand. If you'd be so kind as to explain to him what you do. Oh, foisting the burden onto me, are we? Very well, if you insist. Allow me to properly introduce myself. I'm Mitsuba. Once upon a time, I owned and operated the largest tavern in the Enclave. I had a hand in everything, from balancing the ledgers to stirring the cookpots. Owing to my experience, I've been asked to oversee the work here in the 10,000 stalls. I don't think there's even one. That was exactly the same look I gave Kozakura when she showed me this place. 10,000 stalls? By the kami, there's not even 10. Heck, I wouldn't even say 1. But, mark me, there will be. When we're through, this place will have on offer every imaginable cuisine. Just thinking about it is enough to set my heart racing and my mouth watering. As I explained earlier, however, trade, or lack thereof, is a major problem at present. We simply aren't getting enough shipments of consumables from outside Yancha, and so our people are forced to eat the same simple fare, day after day. However, once our negotiations with foreign concerns bear fruit, we should be able to exchange whatever surplus we produce for a wider variety of ingredients, bringing us closer to realizing Mitsuba's vision. This may seem like a silly goal to strive for, but by improving the quality of life for our people in a clear, understandable manner, we can motivate them to work harder and tackle more difficult tasks. Doma will not be rebuilt in a fortnight, and we need every victory, however small. We're a bloody long road ahead of us, but we need only take it one step at a time. Whatever help you can contribute to the cause would be welcome. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us, Mitsuba. We should head back to the Shazenkai and continue our conversation there, so as not to get in the way of their work. There's not too much left to explain, but if you would indulge me a little longer, I would be grateful. Mine. The 10,000 stalls are but one example of what we hope to build here in the Enclave. Alas, it will take much time and effort, and it will also take tremendous resources. Resources that I pray you'll be willing to contribute. Raw materials, foodstuffs, linens, medicines. All this and more would be of use. Anything and everything you can afford to part with would be welcome. Furthermore, as a token of our appreciation, we will provide a small gratuity relative to the value of the items you relinquish. You need only place these items in the donation basket to my left. I will calculate the gratuity and pay you immediately. Alright. The Doman Enclave reconstruction commenced! You may now use the donation basket to contribute unneeded items to the Shazenkai. These items will use to supply and finance the reconstruction of the Doman Enclave. Further details can be had by speaking with Kozakura. Oh boy, here we go. Okay. So I don't want that. Oh, I have a lot of stuff too. Oh! Thank you, Witcher, for the follow. Thank you, Witcher. Okay, yeah, I don't need this anymore, so give them the max potions. Man, I don't even think the max ethers really do anything for me anymore. Hey, Lucian. How you doing? Same with elixirs. Antidotes can still be useful. Man, even these temporary intelligence... Well, no, even the temporary intelligence... If I ever really used them, might be useful. Let's get rid of this one at least. Oh, there we go. Oh. Existing. Fair enough. Very fair. Actually, I just did this without even really looking. Give me the apple strudel back. Donate, yeah. No, I'm gonna keep doing this. This is a good excuse to give up stuff that I'm not really gonna use. That's true, I suppose. I don't need it between 5 and 10. just had so much beginner stuff. Cool. Let's not sell this. Donates? Is that even donating anymore? Just giving them stuff to sell. On behalf of the Shizeki Kai, Shent, I thank you for your support. Yo! The proceeds from your contributions have already been used to great effect, but I would not have you take me at my word alone. I pray you pay a visit to Mitsuba of the 10,000 Stalls. She should be glad to tell you of the progress they have made. Oh, that's so much better. So much better. Oh, freaking a boiled egg. Alright. Fine. Where's Mitsuba at? Was she over here? The stalls do actually look a little better, I think. Oh, and now it's raining. Great. Meh. Good to see you again, Shent. Kazakura told me you've been quite generous of late. On behalf of all of us, I thank you. As you can see, you've got the frames up now. Just the bones of what's to come, but perhaps it's easier than before to imagine how that stall over there will one day be a proper kitchen. Unfortunately, we've yet to address the poor supply issue. While it's true we've no shortage of rice and a few varieties of vegetables, some river fish as well, there's little less of note. The land here's always been well suited to rice cultivation, and you can't blame a farmer for taking advantage of that, but a man can't live off rice and nothing else. Hunting was more viable in the past, but these days you can't go more than halfway down the road to the next village without tripping over a shikigami or worse. Not much game to be found, at any rate. Unless you're keen to try cooking koja. And I'm not. Which leaves fish and whatever livestock we can raise on our own, which is not nearly enough to meet our needs. Brother, can you stand? Speak to me. I have no strength to rise, brother. The void within my belly is all consuming. Oh no, leave me. Only the fire walker matters. The Baduga must strive. Mine own vision grows dim, brothers. So distracted was I by the Lupin's lengthy lectures that I paid no heed to my growing hunger. I fear we are undone. Too far from the step we have come to return for rations. have yet to see a single sheep in this stronghold. I say, you lot look as though you're in dire need of a meal. We've got rice balls to spare if you like. You would share with us your food? We'd be eternally grateful. Delicious. Delicious! I've emerged from dark into light, and my full belly now basks in the sun. In shape and color it reminds me of booze, though it lacks any sort of filling. Booze? Say the delicacy, I presume. A steamed dumpling or some such. They're a fair bit different, but you can use all sorts of things as fillings for rice balls. Miso-flavored meat is one of my personal favorites, in fact. Unfortunately, we've had trouble securing a steady supply of meat at the moment. Unconscionable. Without meat, your bodies will not grow stout and robust. A Baduga who does not eat meat is no Baduga. The traders of the steppe are rich in that which you lack, and will gladly trade meat for your produce. In gratitude for your kindness, let us make introductions on your behalf. Well, far be it from me to refuse. Wait until the Shazenkai hears about this. Our tribe, the Baduga, will gladly give you all the meat that you desire, if you'll give us the one you call Heian. Asking a bit much. That's putting it lightly. That said, from what I've heard, Lord Heian often speaks of his times with the mole quite fondly. But even if the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, I doubt he'd go with you for all the booze in the steppe. Construction of the 10,000 stalls is proceeding apace, and talks with the traders of reunion may soon lead to a wider variety of foodstuffs. Good. As you continue to contribute to the Shizenkai and the reconstruction effort, in what other ways might the Dome and Enclave grow and change? Okay. I have more money to give. And by money, I mean Allegan pieces. And a boiled egg. I don't need it. Wish I could just give money as well. Oh, that wasn't gonna be nearly as much as I thought it was gonna be. Oh well. Take this boiled egg. And this flatbread. Still want the hard chocolate. I could get rid of my Vesper Bay Aether tickets, but I feel like I still need it. Also, just having a nice, another free, fast travel options to Fanlin's nice. I just don't want to accidentally give... Can I also give... Oh, I can give my old weapons, it looks like. Old weapons and armor. Okay. I mean, I might as well, right? Ah, never mind. No. Oh no, I still get money back from it. I think I need this for the Machinus. Oh, no, I don't. Never mind, I don't. Oh well. That's fine. Donate that. Oh, oh no, no, no. My weekly budget. Oops, oops, oops. Never mind. Take that. Meh. Sell those. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll save that. Before I forget though, my Chocobo saddlebag, I can take some of the stuff from there. Oh, I forgot about all the random materials and stuff I have in here as well. Give me these back, actually. Give me all of the furnishings. I can hold on to that. I'll eventually have a place of my own to put some of this stuff in. There. Alright, cool. I think it is time. Lord Heen is expecting you. May I show you in? Yes.
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Dorma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Dorma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Dorma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Dorma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgians' practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Dorma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now, there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed, many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates. Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe. And I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal.
There it
A prisoner
is.
exchange.
There it is. Okay, wait. Who do they have
Under
that they would
Garlean
want?
rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial Army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict.
Ah.
Naturally, any exchange would include the acting viceroy.
Yotsu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests. Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
The fact that there are two opposing factions at work in Garlemald complicates matters. Even assuming Asahi and his associates can be trusted, what of the others? But the Empire should send Yatsu's stepbrother of all people. I wonder how he feels. A son of Doma returning home to speak for the oppressors his countrymen drove out. Whatever Lord Hien's decision should be, I shall abide by it. Yet, I would be glad to welcome my lost brothers back to Doma. Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all. But on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? They had naught to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yatsuyu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble. I think this might all be a ruse to facilitate a retrieval. Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yatsuyu may have been the acting viceroy, but she is not Garlean, nor even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Alphino, you're well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on the matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Indeed, though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their repatriation. Only the kami know when I will be afforded another. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. Was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, Shent. Let's leave Alphino to dispense his copious knowledge. Have fun, Alphino. Someone is still sore from being made to watch at Sakazuki. Go on and keep Alize company. We're safe enough for now. More than earned a rest, my friend. Leave the intermittable bits to us. Worry not, Shent. We shall take care of the rest. Go on and keep Alize company. A Pikmin? Chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Shent. Though no weapons are drawn, a negotiation is no less a battle. The stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people can die. Take someone with a cool head and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question. What to do while they prattle on? Money. I want money. His forgotten home. Oh, he already has a weapon out. Alize is pondering how best to make use of your reprieve from the tedium of negotiations. Alright. For want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words. It's not as if we'll be missed here. Or will we? Shent, a moment if you would. Hmm? Ah, Yugiri, and Asahi, was it? You have some business with Shent. Business? No. Pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Eorzea. It is truly an honor. Such heartfelt admiration. One could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire. Oh, is that so strange? We may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the man who would do battle with our common enemy. And lest you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank him for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. Now, if I may continue. As we speak, Lord Heian deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yukiri is certain to be a jovial escort, the excursion would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. The ambassador has the right of it. He does not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? It would be my pleasure. Still in negotiations. I'm gonna be pleasant, at least for now. In that case, I'll join you as well. There's naught else to do until Lord Heian has reached his decision, and I can think of no finer way to learn more about the current state of Doma. It is settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yanshan. Might we start at the town of Monzen? I would see what has become of Doma Castle. Oh, it got... well, I don't know, maybe something got started with it, but last I knew, it still... Oh my goodness, pardon me. Last I noticed, it was still a pile of rubble. Very well, if you'll follow me. I'll be y'all's bodyguard. Oh wait, no. So I need to go to the boat, which is there. Honored hero, you seek passage across the One River? Yes. Yes, please. Now, while I'm here... Not much hidden on the map, so might as well clear it. Ah, yay! I'm having issues speaking. Again, what else is new though? Felt I did. Wow. I felt I did fairly well yesterday though, so there's that at least. With what I feel is less restful sleep, I slept well today, but I don't know. Oh, this pushing me down? It feels like it's pushing me down. There we go. I mapped the realm. Yeah, it's still very much, it's not been touched, I don't think. Ah, well. I'll admit, I was hoping for a more leisurely trip around Yansha, but it's a choice between this or listening to my brother rambling on. Well, here I am. Well to say. Well, that something could be done about these mechanical soldiers. Nay, can this truly be Moz, home to the cream of Doman samurai? I heard that Yatsuyu intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. Should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up and protest. It's folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course. We would have a better view of what remains of the castle. We must proceed through the ruins. Are we doing that? Oh yeah, we are. Okay. I don't believe for one moment that he came to see the sights of Yansha. The question, what did he come for? Was he trying to get specifically me out of there? So they could send a covert squad in to get Yotsuyu out? Lord Heian would often come here to gaze at the castle. He was but one of many to take inspiration from its majesty. It is a travesty. A travesty. I remember the keep being so beautiful. In the light of the setting sun, one would swear it was aflame. It's indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people to rebuild their lives. Spoken like a true popularis. The needs of the people must, of course, come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to my seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. If you'll follow me, I'll ready our boat. This excursion has proved to be more relaxing than I expected. You jinxed it, Alizair, right there. You jinxed it. Been some time since I last visited Namai. yet Issei often visits the Enclave with young Azami, so we do not want for news from the village. And right there we have the... God damn it, Alice. You did jinx it! I'm not even gonna lie, I did not notice the little... the friggin' northern lights around Acai, so... There we go. The Aurora Borealis around them. Ready to cast off? Proceed. Then he stabs me in the back.
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble.
Is that smoke? Gojin! What are they doing this far into Doman land?
Are you all right?
What's that look?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
Kill them all, okay.
Away with you!
I love that Alize is also just a red mage. Oh, Issei. Oh no. God, what am I doing? I'm tired of these games where are reinforcements.
Leave this to me.
Yes, bring them over this way. No, God damn it, no! Leave them alone. Crap, crap, crap. Didn't notice them. Didn't notice them.
The art of my forebears.
Hold your ground, I'll try to draw away their reinforcements. They're doing alright. They're doing alright. Okay. They are... Oh! Okay.
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
That's what I'm saying.
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Yeah, I don't know
Must
about
you
that
always
reason.
be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without, but if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
What I'm saying before, though, once again, there's no real reason to be going after them. Even if it was for coin. The Red Kojin would be able to find, like, easily more coin money just by attacking people on the Ruby Sea instead of coming inland to Doma. They wouldn't be able to get much with how things are right now in Doma. Even if you think of like that, the Confederacy would stop the Red Kojin. Again, even then, I still don't buy that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Not about that. True reform can only come from within, and the Empire will never change. I will never say never, because maybe they can. Again, I don't know where the story is going right now. I'm kind of, and with this eventual next expansion's going, I don't know where this next expansion is gonna take us or what's going on with it. I don't know. True reform can only come from within.
I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all.
True.
During your time in Ishgard.
True. He knows a lot about me, too. The Red Kojin's presence here does not bode well. We must inform Lord Hien. Quite the swordsman, isn't he? I wonder, did the Empire train him to kill before or after appointing him an ambassador. Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceable circumstances, yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action. Few Imperial soldiers can say that, at least few who live to tell the tale. Acai has had his fill of adventure for one day. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord? But what about Namai? You seem so eager to observe the villagers going about their daily lives. To be frank, I still am, but I rather doubt the good people of Namai would take kindly to the sight of a man in imperial uniform, with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would, and with any luck, Lord Hien will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. A guilty conscience. Did you see the sincerity in his eyes when he spoke with Azami? I feel strange saying this, but what if he truly has come to sue for peace? Stanya served as the ambassador's escort. My thanks. Trust to inform Lord Hien of our encounter with the Red Kojin. If we are to deter them from encroaching on Yansha, our response must be swift and decisive. Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hien is expecting you. I'll remain without and keep watch over our guest. Well, we had best not keep him waiting. You're expected, sir, so I show you in. Judging by the sparkle in Alphina's eyes, their discussion was riveting. How sorry I am for missing it. Master Alphina has shared with us his knowledge of the icons and reminded us of the threat they pose in so doing. Strange and comforting to know the Empire shares our concern. Feeling refreshed, I trust. We have considered the ramifications of their proposal from every angle, and I believe Lord Hien has reached a decision. Hien? What are you thinking? Pardon me. Welcome back, my friends. Yugiri tells me you have accompanied her and Acai on a tour of Yansha. I hoped you might take the opportunity to recover from your exertions at Sakazuki. But I gather your time is well spent. Till the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report, however, I must rely on you to supply the details. So please, tell us how it all unfolded. The Red Kojin? Here? Have there been any other such incidents since the liberation? Not that I am aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yansha, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I am indebted to you for fighting them off. But tell me, and don't be modest, was Asahi truly the first to leap to youngsters' aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying. The time I've known you, you have always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? I don't know. I honestly don't know. He confounds you too, I see. And for that reason alone, we would be fools to underestimate him. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to play his game. For now, at least. Well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place, which just leaves the somewhat thornier question of how to police Red Kojin. It was with that very question in mind that I sought Alphino's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. If you'll recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault on the Isle of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of aether, making subsequent summoning impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of aether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics they are wont to collect. For this, I plan to enlist the aid of our friends the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberations, we have forged closer bonds with Buchin and his people, and with their support, I am quite confident we can keep the Red from obtaining what they require to call upon this Susanoo. And what of the prisoners? They'll be exchanged as agreed. I'll give full credit to Asahi for the success of the transaction. If there's aught we can do to help the Popularis garner favor, I mean to see it done. But first, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me? Yes, of course, but what manner of business? A past mistake which I would see put right, one which has weighed heavy on my mind.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company. The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are. The living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please. What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Guardians shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough.
God, this is not gonna go well.
Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for your Tsuyu apart, I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade. Though I suppose if he and Yotsu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
They're gonna take Gosetsu away from us again, aren't they? Oh no, he's not dead yet. Game, I'm onto your tricks. I don't like it. Maybe I'm wrong. It's fine. I'm probably wrong. I had no idea Yatsu's return weighed so heavily on Lord Hien's mind. Let's just say if Yatsu, I mean Tsuyu's predicament is the will of the kami, but Gosetsu certainly seems convinced. It seems Lord Hien has at last reached a decision, and certainly in his eyes has given way to resolve. I don't know why I can't read well today. Cyan's theme? Hey, okay, cool. Rise of a new sun. Lord Hien has at last reached a decision. With Yotsuyu safely in Gosetsu's care, all that remains is to answer Asai's proposal. I realize our matters demand your attention, but I would ask that you stay a while longer to see this business through. The other matter.
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it. The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansha. You have reached a decision then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming you accept our conditions, of course. As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
Not at all. If her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango? How dreadful. Very well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister. Before I leave, might you permit me to speak with her in private?
He's gonna try to kill her.
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased. Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
I don't like this. I just don't trust him at all. Forgive me, my lord, but has he not been gone over long? Perhaps I should... Calm yourself, Gosetsu. I understand your concern, but we have to wait. He deserves that much. I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting. Thank you for your understanding. Long did I dream of this reunion, but never did I imagine it would be so joyless. Part of me hoped your stories of her condition were just that, but alas, it is as you say. So, do you remember anything of this man? Anything at all? No. I am a stranger to her. That much was clear to me from a single look. I leave her in your care. Okay. Maybe I was wrong. As you wish. Now, if you'll excuse me, my superiors are long overdue a report. They'll be elated to hear of our agreement. Of that I have no doubt. As for the exchange itself, once I have obtained the relevant permissions, I will arrange for your people to be relieved of their various duties and sent here to Yansha. This will take time, of course. Of course. You may rest assured your soldiers will be well cared for until your return. We will also begin taking steps to better counter the threat of the Kojin and their icon. Oh, I did not mean to do that! Please, there's no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would do under the circumstances. Fortunately, I was in good company at the time. The blight of the Red Kojin is of the Empire's making. Were it not for our transgressions, those children would not have needed saving. The people of Doma have suffered enough, my lord, and I promise to do all in my power to spare them further pain, be it at the hands of the Kojin, or indeed the Empire. I pray the Emperor will see things as you do. There may yet be hope for us all. Until we meet again. Gosetsu, as before I leave Yotsuyu to you. I invite the rest of you to join me outside. Let's treat Asahi to a proper farewell. was wrong. You can't blame me for being paranoid, though, right? Right? With everything that's happened so far with the game, you can't blame me for being a little bit paranoid of, like, the worst case scenario. Because a lot of the time, the worst case scenario tends to happen. Also, we've never talked to this dude, just Asahi and Maxima. My dear sister's memory does not return. I pray you will take good care of her. Lord Hien has made a wise decision. Our superiors will be pleased. I wonder if the sight of her stepbrother might bring Yatsuyu back to her senses, but mayhap nothing will. Nevertheless, we must continue to watch her until we can be certain that her condition is permanent. If only our previous encounters with the Emperor had been this cordial. Here's to the future, I suppose. Without the threat of Imperial attacks hanging over our heads, we may devote our energies to dealing with Red Kojin, and then there will be nothing left to impede Doma's restoration. The Ambassador's airship waits at Castrum Fluminis. Let us be off. Nope.
I wish you a safe journey.
Well,
This has been a most
thank you, all of them, for the
enjoyable
follow.
visit.
I appreciate it.
I look forward to our next meeting. Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure? I simply cannot leave without first giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yansha.
I've been finding it very enjoyable and extremely heartbreaking at points. I don't like that look. Yep, there it is.
Mark me, savior of the savages. There will be a reckoning.
Yep, the eyes. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, here we go. What's gonna happen?
You've nowhere left to run, traitor!
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught. For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors! Be glad I grant you this mercy. What in the... Reinforcements? No, just one! Cut him down!
I mean, up to this point. From the beginning till now.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This one is promising. Who remains to offer us resistance?
A host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the Enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne.
The king of the former king of Dorma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Is that what they say?
Who was that?
Surely you jest. That was Xenosier Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the Crown Bloody Prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
That was Lord Xenos.
Ah, because I killed his hero. Yep.
Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me. Go on. Lash out like the beast you are at an emissary and jeopardize the newfound peace between Dorma and the Empire.
The
My
wolf howl.
lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is nothing to his radiance.
Well, it's gone. Too bad. Ah, well.
I will cherish this moment, lock it away within my heart, until the day we meet again.
Good to know. Bye, Acai. Yeah, so I wasn't totally wrong. Yeah, I never liked that site. Makes me wonder how much of it was all an act. I still think he put the red Kojin up to that, to make himself look better. At least to more of the common people. We'll see, though. Why the frown? Did he say something to upset you? Are you quite well? You look as if you were about to faint in the ambassador's arms for a moment there. Thought perhaps now we could be at ease, but your expression suggests otherwise. What troubles you, Shint?
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
all the memories to witness.
I had my doubts about him, but I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Xenos. My lord.
I don't even know if he was a disciple.
Calm yourself, Ugiri.
He's just an overzealous
No store
fan.
by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope, we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game. After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with a monster, so be it.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
That's true. Again, he might like the people of Doma just hating me. Makes no sense. Why would he bother keeping up the pretense for so long, only to drop it right before the very end? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm wondering. Perhaps he no longer thought it necessary, having secured Doma's cooperation in the prisoner exchange. If he truly is a disciple of Xenos, 'tis possible emotions simply got the better of him. Remaining calm around the man who slay his lord will have taken its toll. Whatever the explanation, now is not the time for hasty reprisals. We shall proceed as planned. The Red Kojin must be placed under surveillance, and the Garlean prisoners made ready for the exchange. But you need not concern yourself with the details. Leave the affairs of Doma to us. When the hour of the exchange draws near, we can call for you. I certainly hope so. Whatever the Empire's true intent, we would be on hand to play our part, either to defend Doma or to help usher in a lasting peace. I had thought we might use this time to return to Eorzea, but given the volatility of the situation, mayhap it would be best if we remain in Kugane. Agreed. Between Yatsu's amnesia and Asai's dubious agenda, I'd say we have ample reason to remain in the neighborhood. If anything should happen, anything at all, you must send for us at once. Oh, I will. On that you have my word. Charting a path through this sea of troubles promises to be difficult enough. I am not so proud as to attempt the feat alone. To Kugane, then. Tataru and the others must know of what transpired here. If what you saw the ambassador is an indication of his true nature, this prisoner exchange may not be what it seems. In fact, I'm beginning to wonder if your encounter with Red Kojin was more than mere happenstance, right? Soon we'll see if Asai is true to his word. If not, I will be glad to cut out that silver tongue of his. Greetings, yes, I'd like to enter. Welcome back, Shant. We heard the good news about Kosetsu. I knew you'd find him! So we have naught else to attend to for the moment. Perhaps it would be a good opportunity to look into the present state of Garlemald. Though I should probably speak with Tataru first. Yeah. I don't envy Lord Hien. So much rests on his decision. My, seems you're all in quite the predicament. Well, should we receive any urgent missives from Doma, rest assured you will be the first to know of it. Yes, of course. We discussed ideas to replenish our coffers, but I suppose that all can wait if any urgent news comes through the office. Ah, about that. I wish to apologize, Tataru. It was reckless of me to make such a purchase without first consulting you. You may be certain, however, that I mean to reimburse the Scions, even if it means drawing upon my personal funds. That's very thoughtful of you, but I'm sure it won't come to that. That smile! Isoraben's business proposition is as promising as it sounds. Shen should have no difficulty wiping the red from our ledger. The red from our ledger. Huh? Wait, what? I guess I should probably do that soon, then. Forgive me, Shent. It would seem I have unwittingly heaped my financial troubles upon you. I swear I will pay you back. Though I fear I will struggle to cobble together anything of monetary value, knowledge I can gather in abundance. To start, I plan to investigate the divisions formed within the Empire. Mayhap Riol and his associates have heard something on the subject. Regardless, the more we know about the politics of Garlemald, the better our chances of predicting the Empire's next move, which might yield you an advantage on the day of the prisoner exchange. Knowing what we do of Asai's apparent resentment towards you, I cannot say what he hopes to gain from it. But if there is even the faintest chance that a lasting peace can be forged between Doma and the Empire, what choice have we but to try? Lord Hien had the right of it. Asai may very well be a monster, but we must play his game. For now. Yay, I get the orchestration roll and options. Oh. I mean, I don't know. I don't... Fending, I suppose? Well. And here we go. What's going on, Asai? Arranging the prisoner exchange proved easier than I thought. Yes, my lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan.
Can you truly remember nothing? Nothing at all?
Were we friends?
Yes! We were good friends, you and I. In fact, I've brought you a gift. I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
Meanwhile, in the Imperial capital.
How are you feeling, my lord?
Fine, now leave me.
Okay. Not someone we know. Oh. Gonna lie, I forgot I had the ribbon. Ostensibly produced to commemorate Alamigo's liberation, this avatar, the Flame General, was originally meant to serve as an apology for the campaign's troubled start. Then it was said to have been programmed to beg forgiveness a dozen different ways. Hailing from a land so distant it does not appear on any map, this cat-like hunter has traveled so far east to far eastern Orthard in pursuit of his quarry, the fire-breathing Rathalos. How he came to fight by your side is a story better told over a roast leg of wyvern. Once upon a time there lived a princess who hailed from a long line of summoners. Legend holds that she was abducted by a band of thieves, whereupon she set out on a journey under an assumed identity. Possessed of an angelic voice, she often hummed beautiful songs that touched the heart. Little is known about these mysterious life forms that suddenly appeared in the gold saucer, apart from the fact that they love to race. This specimen has apparently decided that it wants to race you without end. Rumor has it that underneath its rotund exterior is a skeleton that looks like a nightmarish amalgam of man and bird, but there is no ready way to determine the truth. Private Moai. Carved from the remnants of a larger statue found deep beneath the Ruby Sea, the reasons why or even how it can propel itself remain unknown. Rumors of bright rings pouring forth from the effigy's mouth, however, are largely exaggerated. Oh, wind up Tataru. A stack of dusty tomes and a healthy imagination served as inspiration for this automaton designed to depict the Tataru, supposed ancestor of the Lalafell. She wears a gaudy vermilion cloak rendered in painstaking and pointless detail by her Charlian creator. Oh, Taru, not Tataru, Taru. Sorry, my bad. White Up Alpha, crafted at the Garland Ironworks, this miniature reproduction of your faithful, if not somewhat deformed companion, was gifted to you by engineer Jesse J. upon your triumphant return from the Alphascape. Aww. Chiffon. Crafted by the first son of the House Halenar to honor the passing of one of House Fortem's greatest knights, this miniature replica of the great Hashafont Greystone only begins to tell the tale of a man who devoted his life to the service of his nation and his friends. Though he was once more taken to the heavens in a selfless act of sacrifice, Inspector Hildebrand lives on in the hearts of all those whose lives he touched with his inimitable brand of gallantry, perception, and panache. Wind him up and let him follow you as only a Mandeville can. Ah, I do want to hear Cyan's theme though. Whatever Asahi is planning, we cannot let him get away with it. After all Lord Hien has done, the Empire cannot be suffered to hinder Doma's restoration. I will replenish our coffers. You wait and see. If all goes as planned, we will recoup the cost of Gosetsu's blade 10 times over. Often than not, it seems opportunity is wont to come knocking when the scions are about. So long as you and yours remain in Kukane, I am certain a profitable venture will present itself. Often always important news to share. Can't stop yawning. Ah, Shent, impeccable timing. We have just received a order from Lord Hien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the ambassador. For the Garlean's part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yansha. It would seem that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture. According to the letter, Yatsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to it, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Asahi weren't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let's make straight ways for the Enclave then. Lord Hien will be waiting. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru? Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. Lord Hien is expecting you. May I show you in? Ever since he drained our coffers dry buying the sword, Afno has had his purse strings in a death grip. Can't even buy a cup of tea without him going on about the dangers of frivolous spending. We know the broad strokes from his letter, but I would hear the details of our Doman friend's progress from Lord Hien himself. I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Gosh, I can't stop yawning. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there is one other matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gosetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for wear. Despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. What? Good gods, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it high time you receive some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yatsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We'll visit him at once. Shant, Alize, shall we?
Open wide now.
Please, Tsuyu. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon?
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
She's gonna go for the persimmon, isn't she?
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
God, she's gonna go there to get the persimmon. Others are gonna see her, and then they're gonna yell at her, and then she's gonna remember.
A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you this is not.
Look at the two just glaring at him.
We need to wash you. You stink. What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man.
Well,
is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
they make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandson and her a model grandchild. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit. But what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him. Couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Gosetsu is an old man. Well, the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget. Aye. He has resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains. He will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given his all for liege and land, and we will ask no more. What of his nurse? If Yatsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled. This is no pretense. Gary, out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince. So, what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Yatsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. But her mask has never slipped. Not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening I watched her as she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami, a child's game. Even the warrior's shinobi would not go to such things. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else, I would hazard. Aye, the matter is settled. Yatsuyu will become Tsuyu, begin a new life here in Dome. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time, to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandably, she is good as fasten the chain around their necks. Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tatsuyu first. With Tsuyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Garleans are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks of Tsuyu. Even after weeks of surveillance, it was difficult for me to accept that Yatsuyu's condition was genuine, but not as difficult as accepting Gosetsu's affection for her. The skiff will take us to our meeting with the ambassador. We'll join you at the docks once preparations have been made. He's just by the docks, okay. So wait, it's within a week then? So I have to come back next week? Yeah, weekly budget. Okay. Can you imagine Yatsuyu playing with bowls on the floor? I don't know that we can think of her as the same person anymore. Shall we wait here then? Lord Heian should not be long. My friends, have you seen Tsuyu? She is nowhere to be found. She went for the persimmon. What? But the Garleans will be landing in a matter of moments. If she fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yigiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but it's possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? A fair-skinned woman, my lord? I do not rightly know. I think... Yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remembered taking her hand to help her onto the boat. White as new fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No. No, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. Which would seem that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come of this. Her memory must have returned. Why else would she run? For the persimmon! That's you. I cannot see how the prisoner exchange, or indeed the peace process at large, can proceed. We have to find her, and soon. Though his face betrays little sign of panic, Ian is plainly desperate to find Yatsuyu before something terrible happens. More money. Seems Suyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but call me helpless if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance, for all of this, lies with me, but I would ask for your aid nonetheless. You're at your service, Lord Hien, now as before. Let us making the crossing and begin our search. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yagiri know what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side. We have no way of knowing where Tsuyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I will take Kusakari and its surrounds. Afno, you will take the road to Castrum Fluminis. Shent, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka Manor? One of the Namazu may well have seen our quarry. If everyone is in agreement, let us board the skiff and hope the Kami smile upon our efforts. Welcome to Yuzuka Manor. Yes. Is there anything you care to know? You need only... pale-skinned woman? I've seen no such traveler, I'm sorry to say. Most sorry. Scaly-skinned Namazu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. Unusually pale skin? Yes, I saw a woman on the way back from my fishing trip. She had just crossed the shallows east of here, and was headed in a northeasterly direction, for the most part. Her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her. See no signs of Yatsuyu to the north. Perhaps she's somewhere farther off to the northeast. God, she's getting closer to the village. Still no sign of Yatsuyu. Perhaps she is farther to the northeast. Oh no. Oh no. She's there. She's in town. Yatsuyu is nowhere to be seen, but lying on the road a short distance to the northeast by a familiar-looking wide-brimmed hat. Cursory glance is all that is required to confirm your suspicion. It is the same hat Yatsuyu was wearing when you found her in Sakazuki. Shent, before you ask, our search of Kusakuri and its surroundings has yielded exactly naught, save this chance reunion with you, I suppose. Mistress Alisaie has gone to assist her brother at the castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Hien here shortly thereafter. How did you fare at Yuzuka Manor? Any signs of our missing guest? Towards Namai? By the kami, if the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yugir and I will check the patties, and the village square is yours. Nope. Oh no! 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 Oh no!
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Oh god, I can't look. But I got it. I gotta look.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
Oh no.
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
Oh, go, Shent. Don't just stand there. Honestly, treat it as a ghost.
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
Oh. Good. Use a smoke bomb. Oh, there we go.
What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go.
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsugu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies, my lord! She would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
What I saw then, it's all true. I'm sorry! I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Here, there's no need to cry. Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
All right. I'll keep my peace. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
God. My God. I can't forget what that woman did to us, but I won't do anything to upset Asami. I'm not scared of her. Not anymore. All of this over a persimmon. Failed to consider how she might endanger herself. Knowing she has the mind of a child, I should have continued my vigilance, not relaxed it. I don't know why everyone is so angry, but I got the fruit Gosetsu wanted. I hope he likes it. Ian's face is a picture of relief. That would have been better avoided, but at least it did not end in bloodshed. Judging by Tsuyu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the events of her former life. This was no escape attempt. Nay, it seems it was an offhand request of Gosetsu's which brought her to Nanmai. She came in search of a persimmon. And they say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Gosetsu finds the taste to his liking. Well, we have certainly taken the long way around, but let us continue on to Castrum Fluminus, and our meeting with the ambassador. Afano and Alize should still be there conducting their search. Sure, Yatsuyu had fled, but it seems her memory hasn't returned at all. How foolish of me not to consider Gosetsu's craving for seasonal fruit. The Imperial airship has arrived, but conscripts are aboard remains to be seen. Lord Heian informed us of the uproar at Namai. Like the 12, you found Yatsuyu when you did. Do not think what might have happened had you not. Do we have to stay here long? We're waiting for his fruit. Seems our Imperial guests have already arrived. It is time to meet with the ambassador. Oh boy, here we go! Let's see how this goes. Oh. Oh, they're all dead. That's what that is, right? Those
What
are...
a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We
Okay,
would leave you
maybe I
in
was
no
wrong.
doubt as to the purity
Okay.
of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see. But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
That their parents.
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look well.
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient.
Cool, the look. Oh, I love that look.
I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Dorma. Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
We continue with the exchange as planned, then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
Oh, I hate him. Oh, wow! I've grown to really hate him in just the little bit of time that we've known him and met him. Oh man, do I hate him! Man, Final Fantasy did good on him to make him just the frickin' worst. Whew. I knew better than to trust Asahi, but that was a dirty trick. Still, unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I have sent her back to the Enclave with Yugiri to give Gosetsu his precious specimen. Come, let us follow them. You have that look, Alphino. What is it? Oh, nothing of consequence, most like. We can discuss it upon our return. I suppose Tsuyu is to become an official Doman citizen. But what then? Will they keep her hidden here forever? Or might she one day be allowed to walk amongst her countrymen? So it would seem there will be one less prisoner at the exchange. I certainly hope Yatsuyu's presence here will not present further problems. We should pay a visit to Gosetsu and reassure him about Tsuyu's fate. He will want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim on her.
Gosetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
That their true goal?
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone!
God damn it.
Gone?
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
Mm-hmm. happened? Oh, the parents?
Help! Help me!
If only I hadn't remembered. He should hate me. But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu! A font of misery! You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure. We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine. I don't deserve this.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugane and start a new business.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be. Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you!
Yotsuyu!
What?
dear sister? Did I not say you would come back to us?
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed. But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
Please. I don't want to die.
Any sign of her? What happened here? I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother? Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives. But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
Gosh darn. So Asai got his way in the end, at an unspeakable price. He really is a vile little worm, isn't he? So Yatsuyu has returned to the bosom of the Empire after all. I cannot say I am surprised, but what I struggle to fathom is Asai's aim in all of this. Yatsuyu hid her recovery well. I had no inkling that her memory had returned. I keep asking myself when it could have happened. At the meeting with her parents, perhaps. But then why would she? Nay, there's naught to be gained for such conjecture. We have recovered the Norse's remains and will hold the cremation anon. Would that they had never set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Gosetsu myself. He was quiet. I think it best that he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts. I don't agree with that either. Lord seems keen to take stock of the situation. So, my friends, that which we feared has come to pass. Yatsuyu has regained her memories and returned to the Imperial fold. It is, by any measure, a cruel twist, not least for Gosetsu, but one which does not invalidate our agreement. According to the terms of the contract, we were bound to surrender Yatsuyu into the Garlean's hands should her condition improve prior to the hour of the exchange. By that reckoning, all is, if not as it should be, then as it must be. This I can accept. But what I cannot accept are the unconscionable lengths at which Asai went to achieve this outcome. Given his recent conduct and his apparent admiration of Xenos, it is plain he cannot be trusted. That is to say nothing of the unexplained containers he insists on bringing to our meeting. Whatever the ambassador is planning, I think it unlikely our negotiations will end peacefully. In the event of hostilities, the safety of the conscripts must be our first concern. As such, I would have an escape route in place before the meeting begins. A wise precaution. The main structure of Castrum Fluminus is to be the stage for the exchange. Then I believe a thorough inspection is in order. The citadel has stood empty ever since the Imperial withdrawal. While we took steps to ensure it could not be defended by an occupying force, it is entirely possible that the ambassador has arranged things there to his advantage. I will slip inside to make certain we have an unobstructed exit. Pray allow me to join you. I have some experience of Imperial facilities, and should matters take a turn for the worst, I would hope to be at least some use. Very good. That should be enough to guarantee us a way out of the castrum. Beyond that, however, we'll need a ship to ferry the conscripts back to the Enclave. Even with every skiff we have, it would take several trips to evacuate everyone. A Confederate Sekibun, on the other hand, would require only a single run, and leave us far less vulnerable on the water, assuming, of course, Rasho can be convinced to part with one. Might I take the lead on this? I've had dealings with Rasho and his pirates before, and I won't be alone, will I, Shent? You can count on me. Much appreciated. I quite fancy parleying with pirates again. It's a shame Lise won't be here to reprise her role. I am certain you'll make a persuasive pair, but I think I will accompany you to these negotiations all the same. My lord, the ruler of Doma should not be seen consorting with common brigands. Come now, Yugiri. They stood with us against the Empire. If we were to ask their aid once more, we must treat with them as equals. My presence shall serve to demonstrate our sincerity. Indeed, my lord. Pray forgive my presumption. By your leave, Master Afano, and I shall be at our task. And we should be on our way to the Onokoro. Time is short, and Rasha may take some convincing. Alright. With that, I think I'm going to end it here for today. My gosh. Roller coaster of emotions. Mostly frickin' yes. I want Asai to get what's coming to him so badly. Oh, he's the worst. Oh, I hate him. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by and chatting. Thank you, Witcher, for stopping by. Thank you, Lucian. And thank you, Wollivan. I appreciate all of yous being here and chatting with me. I appreciate it. And for those that followed, I appreciate it as well. Thank you, thank you. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your evening, whichever it may be. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.